While the colors are posted.
Colors. Present honor.
Former Congressman Michael McNulty will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for our opening prayer. Brooke Albert will lead us in prayer.
Almighty God, you who are the source of our life, strength, and purpose, in your presence alone we find help, hope, and life. Guide us during this hour of fellowship and reflection to be grounded with a healing reminder of your love to all whose lives you touch this day. For it is in your glory we gather and call prayer. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Peter K. Goebel, the Director of the Rensselaer County Veterans Service Agency. We have gathered here this morning to honor a deceased Rensselaer County veteran after many months for the month of June, and that veteran is Howard A. Richards. We are honored to have with us this morning his family members, his daughters, Claudia Shields and Cindy Harrington, his grandson, Michael Shields, son-in-law, Gary Shields, niece, Jacqueline Tremont, and nephew-in-law, Brian Bradley. Thank you so much for being here. We also have today to honor our Veteran of the Month, Rensselaer County Executive Steve McLaughlin. Representing Congressman Paul Tonko, we have Colleen Williams. Representing Congressman Antonio Delgado, Natalie Stewart, former Congressman Michael McNulty, representing New York State Senator Daphne Jordan, Haley Northrup, New York State Assemblyman Jake Ashby should be here shortly. Oh, Jake, there you go. Sure. Great timing, Jake. So we have Rensselaer County Legislative Chair Mike Stammel, Rensselaer County Legislative Vice Chair Kelly Hoffman, Rensselaer County Legislative Majority Leader and Chairman of the Legislative Veterans Committee, Ken Harrington. We have Rensselaer County District Attorney Mary Pat Donnelly, Rensselaer County Undersheriff P.J. Higgett, representing Colonel Earl Schoenberg, the commander of the Watervliet Arsenal, we have Captain Michelle Areola and Mr. Matt Day. We also have legislators Scott Bendett, Dan Cassell, Mark Fleming, and Tom Grant. And we also have Assemblyman John McDonald. As we are all well aware, Memorial Day and Veterans Day are special days to remember all our veterans. The program was created to help us honor our veterans all year round. To us here in Rensselaer County, every day is Veterans Day. The Rensselaer County Honor Deceased Veteran Program represents veterans organizations throughout the entire county. This includes members of the American Legion, Disabled American Veterans, Veterans of Lansingburg, Military Order of the Purple Heart, Marine Corps League, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Korean War veterans, Tri-County Council of Vietnam-era veterans, Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, Vietnam Veterans of America, AMVETS, and the Rensselaer County Veterans Service Agency. I will now ask Mike Stammel, Rensselaer County Legislative Chair, and the assembled county legislators to come forward to tell us about our honored veteran for the month of June, Howard A. Richards.
Well, thank you, Peter. Again, it's great to be back again in the swing of things after a year-long or longer hiatus from this terrible disease we all had to work through. This is a good morning, and again, my name is Michael Stammel, and I'm the chairman of the Rensselaer County Legislature. I am excited to be back to these chambers with those great people of our monthly vet program. Again, welcome also friends of the family of Howard Richards. Today is Flag Day, and that's a great day to resume this wonderful program. It was started by the legislature many years ago. This Honor a Vet program is something that we are very proud of in Rensselaer County, and since we have started them, many other counties have followed us. Today we honor and are privileged of honoring the life and service of Howard A. Richards. Howard was born in Nassau, New York on January 16, 1922. He had lived in Nassau with his parents, Abraham and Charlotte, and attended Nassau Public Schools and graduated Martin Buren High School. After graduating, Howard worked as a plumber and a steam fitter before joining the United States Army in November 1942. After basic training, Howard arrived in Casablanca, French Morocco, and the Mediterranean theater of operating on December 15, 1943, to serve with the Battery C, 337th Field Artillery Battalion. As chief of an artillery section, his battalion was part of the 88th Infantry, the division which was one of the first divisions made up of the early draftees. The 88th Infantry Division was destined to fight in World War II, battling in many cities in Italy and the Italian front. This division received months of intensive training before arriving in Naples, Italy. Before arriving in Monte Cassino on February 27th, 1944, to relieve the battled British soldiers. After charging through many Italian cities during the month of May, the 88th arrived in Rome on June 4th. The 88th was the first unit in the 5th Armory to enter Rome before taking the defensive position, before beginning a remarkable offensive attack that took several cities. After some rest to training in September, the 88th began its assault on the Gothic Line and encountered heavy, bitter fighting while advancing and taking more cities. The drive of the Po Valley began on April 15th as the 88th crossed the Po River and pursued their enemy toward the Alps. The city of Verona and Vincennes was added to the list of cities taken by the 88th Infantry Division. The Battle of the 99th ended on May 2nd, just 6 days before the end of the World War II in Europe. At that time, the 88th Infantry had lodged its 344th day of combat. What an incredible accomplishment of bravery. Wow, they were consistently on the battle lines. On November 5th, 1945, Sergeant Howard A. Richards was honorably discharged from the United States Army at Fort Dix, New Jersey. For his incredible brave service, Sergeant Howard Richards was awarded the American Campaign Medal, the European African Middle East Campaign Medal, the 3 Bronze Stars, and the Army Good Conduct Medal, the World War II Victory Medal, and the Honorable Service Medal. A hero he was. After his honorable discharge, Howard returned to the civilian life in Nassau, and with his wife Dorothy Carley, whom he married on August 16, 1942, of their union together, they had 4 daughters, Cheryl, Connie, Claudia, Cindy, and preceded by his daughter Gail. Howard supported his family through the employment with the Plumbers and Steamfitters Union, Local 7, where he would be later retire after 37 years of service. In his spare time, Howard loved spending time with his family, camping, fishing, playing cards, and doing crossword puzzles. Howard was an active member of the Chandler Young VFW Post 8162, the Nassau American Legion Post 1268, and the Kinderhook BPOE 2530, member of the Elks. Sadly, on August 2nd, 1987, Howard passed away, leaving behind his beloved wife, Dorothy, his daughter, Cheryl, Connie, Claudia, and Cindy, his grandchildren, Jennifer, Ashia, Cam, Jason, Carly, Michael, Christy, and Robin, his sister, Irene, and Dorothy, and his brother, Everett. Howard was preceded by his parents, Abram, and Charlotte, his brother, Henry, and Howard is buried at the Nassau Cemetery in Nassau, New York. We are very fortunate and honored to be able to honor Howard today and tell a part of his story. If you would like to learn more about Howard's service, please refer to the biography prepared by Lonnie in today's program. It contains a list of all the hard to pronounce Italian cities that Howard and his 88th Division had marched through. I can relate to that. Very good. I mean, it's an honor and a privilege for us to just learn and read about Howard's experience in World War II and what it meant to him to not just do one fight, but to continue the fight and win this war for the people at home and fight for them, the ones that he loved most. With that, I'd like to see if our veteran, Ken, would you like to say anything first? Thank you.
Thank you. What a great day to start this program. It's been 14 months since we've had our last program. And it's a great day to start it because today is Flag Day. So this day is someday we will probably always remember. You can always remember very easily what day it was. I would like to thank everyone for coming back and getting this program going again. I know that Peter and Lonnie and their committee upstairs have kept this thing rolling the best they can and taking care of our veterans. So I want to thank them. And I'd like to recognize Tom Walsh. Tom was my predecessor in this job for what, 20 years, Tom? He's up here in uniform. He's looking great. Looking great. Thank you for your service too, Tom. It's my honor as the chairman of the Legislative Committee to present this proclamation. And I got thinking, you know, folks like Howard, soldiers like Howard, he got married in August and left home 3 months later. And he was gone probably 3 months. I don't know if he got home, probably didn't get home in between. 3 years, what a strain on a 3-month marriage, huh? It's amazing. What these people, what they gave up to protect the freedom that we have today. I get a real concern about our freedom today. Let's not lose it. America first. It's my honor to present this proclamation from the County Legislative Committee and the County Legislature on behalf of all legislators to the family of Sergeant Howard A. Richards. Okay? Thank you.
I will now ask our Rensselaer County Executive, Steve McLaughlin, to come forward.
Oh, good morning. So good to be back with everybody in person. That was quite a stretch there that we all went through. The county came through it just fine, thanks to a lot of people's hard work, but we're so glad to be back. And what a perfect day to kick this off on Flag Day. I never forget Flag Day because it's Flag Day, but it's also my grandmother's birthday, so it's an easy one to remember. But perfect day to start this celebration and remembrance again of some great people. And you read through that bio, it's pretty amazing. French Morocco to Algeria, and then quite a tour of Italy, which I don't think he was having too good of a time, but he was all over that country. That's one of the most amazing bios that I think I've read here in quite some time. He really did his duty for the country. And you look at the ages of these guys back then, 19, 20, 18. Some of them were lying about their age to get in because they were only 16 or 17. Amazing what they did. Just quite simply saved the world. And if not for them, the world would be a vastly different place. And as Ken was saying, you worry today about some of the things that we're seeing. And do we still have that toughness and that ability to stand up? I think we do, but we hope we never have to do it in that way again. But, it's good to be back with everybody and to be able to honor Howard. What an incredible story he's got. And to Peter and Lonnie, thank you for keeping things going. To Mike McNulty, who started this way back when. It has been adopted by other counties as well around, and we're glad to see that. Even some of our towns are starting to do it as well, which is terrific. We never forget our veterans here in Rensselaer County. They're very, very important to us. So it's just an honor to be back with you and spend some time thinking about Howard and what he did for all of us. And it resonates even today. I don't think there was any war that was more, every war is brutal and important in their own way, but World War II was quite simply a war to save the world from some very dark forces. So we remain ever vigilant against those forces, and it's people like Howard that kept us safe. Thank you very much. And as I said when I came in, first time back, a little bit of a hiccup, a little rusty. Somewhere upstairs in my office is a certificate. Hopefully they locate it before the ceremony ends. If not, we'll mail it out to you today. All right? Thank you.
I will now ask Colleen Williams, representing Congressman Paul Tonko, and Natalie Stewart, representing Congressman Antonio Delgado, to come forward.
Shorter. Well, I want to thank everyone for being here first time back and reading the biography. I don't think there was a better individual to kick this back off with. Sergeant Richard's life seemed like a very rich and full one, and served not only our country, but came back and served the community and loved his family and loved New York State and loved what he did. So it is an honor and a privilege to be here on behalf of Congressman Delgado, to be able to celebrate his life and his service. And on behalf of the Congressman, we wanted to present a certificate of congressional recognition, as well as a flag that the Congressman had flown over the Capitol on Sergeant Richard's behalf.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be with you. On behalf of Congressman Paul Tonko, thank you first and foremost to Congressman Tonko's predecessor, Congressman Mike McNulty, for beginning this program. It's something, as my colleague said, that we enjoy doing and honoring our veterans. It's good to be with all of our state and local elected officials. It's good to see everyone's faces again, and of course to see our veterans every month. It's wonderful to be with all of you. And of course, to Howard's family. I know a lot has been said this morning, so I won't reiterate too much of that, but I will say there's a reason why Howard's generation was called the greatest generation. And reading through his bio, from his days with the Union to his highly decorated service, it's very evident that he played a key component in being part of that greatest generation. So on behalf of Congressman Tonko, thank you so much for allowing us to honor Howard this morning. It is truly a privilege to be with all of you and to say thank you in a very, very small way. So thank you so much.
I will now ask Haley Northrup, representing New York State Senator Daphne Jordan, to come forward.
Good morning. I am here today representing New York State Senator Daphne Jordan. The senator regrets that she could not be here with us, but asked me to please extend her warmest regards to you all. I'm happy to present a New York State resolution and the New York State Liberty Medal to the family of Sergeant Howard Richards. I will not read the whole resolution, but I wanted to read the last few lines. Whereas, having exhibited his patriotism both home and abroad, Sergeant Howard A. Richards demonstrated his love for his country and merits forevermore the highest respect of his state and nation. Whereas, our nation's veterans deserve to be recognized, commended, and thanked by the people of New York State for their service and for their dedication to their communities, their state, and their nation. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this legislative body pause in its deliberations to commend Sergeant Howard A. Richards posthumously upon the occasion of his designation as a recipient of the New York State Liberty Medal, the highest honor bestowed upon an individual by the New York State Senate.
I will now ask New York State Assemblyman Jake Ashby and New York State Assemblyman John McDonald III to come forward.
Thanks, Peter. It's great to see Colonel Walsh here after such a long time. You know, we think about, not being here for, well over a year, and then we read about this bio today and 344 days of consecutive combat. One of the other things, a couple other things caught my eye in this bio. He enlisted on Veterans Day. So that's something worth acknowledging as well. And I'm sure it's something he thought about, during that time as well. And when he came into a field artillery battalion, and it's funny because I was actually thinking about driving in today through a thunderstorm and a rain, and the rain. If you're on a gun line and you're with these big guns, they don't stay too buoyant on soft ground, and they sink pretty quickly, and they're pretty difficult to maneuver. And when you read this bio and you think about how quickly they had to move and the terrain that they were in, I'm not sure he slept all that much during those 344 days and how busy they were. It's just remarkable. It's an incredible, incredible biography. And what they were able to accomplish during their time did, in fact, save the world. I mean, that's not hyperbole. That's not going overboard at all. And it's remarkable. And then to think about, I'm sure, the contributions that he made when he came back and being with his family. Those times are not easy to forget, but doing what he did in his community and extending his service to his family, I'm sure, made contributions well beyond what other people know, and continues to probably serve as a beacon for you all, someone to look up to. Thank you so much for letting me honor him today.
Well, good morning, friends. It's great to be here, and Colonel Walsh, it's great to see you as well. And as in the immortal words of Mike McNulty's father, Jack McNulty, you look tip-top, no doubt about it. And to the Richards family, thank you for giving us the opportunity for some of us to learn about your father and to reflect on his service to our country. No greater tribute to an individual. Here we are almost 30-plus years after he left this earth to come together as a community to tell his story. A story that was quite detailed. Lonnie, must have taken a couple months to get that done because it was significant. And thank you for the detail, but more importantly, thank you for the opportunity to be here today. On behalf of both Jake and myself, we too have a citation from the New York State Assembly recognizing your father. Thank you.
Tim Forbes from the Rensselaer County Honor Deceased Veteran Committee will present the committee plaque at this time. Will the committee members please stand? Please stand for the closing prayer.
It is done, gone the sun, from the lake, the hill, and the sky, all is well. God of compassion, dignity, and strength, watch over this veteran and his family. Bless him and grant his family comfort and everlasting peace. Amen.
Retire the colors. Please join us for our next Honor of Veterans ceremony scheduled for July 12th in honor of James J. Connell, Jr. Before we go our separate ways, we'll take a few family photos. The flag will be raised at a different time and will be presented later. This concludes our Honor of Veterans ceremony for this month. Thank you for coming to honor our deceased veteran for the month of June, Howard A. Richards. Thanks.